Subjectivity.
Being original.
Not over-designing.
I think people over-design things sometimes, and I think they need to chill out.
Clarity.
The former CEO of Ford Motor Company said he wanted to make a product that would surprise and delight the customer, and that's always struck me. To me, a designer needs to ask him or herself the question, what is there about this product that I've created that will surprise and delight the customer? If you've got that in your head, you're probably on the right track to have a winner.
I think it's one of defining what design is. I think the biggest challenge is getting a broad audience to understand that design is not an add-on. Design is not something that you put on after you've done all of the thinking. It's not the decoration, it's not the rearrangement. It's an intellectual process that really has the potential to improve just about any form of, anything that takes a visible form.
That so much of it is so goddamn bad right now. I think anytime you have a sea change in technology, I mean, you remember when we got desktop publishing, how awful typography was, how awful page layout was, and there's a similarity now. We call it MP3 is good enough. Like, it's whatever you can get out quickly as opposed to aesthetically. And I think that'll catch up. I think it will. It's always that train does come, but right now it's just the challenge is to get people that are better designers in these new mediums.
Biggest challenge in design is designing for a new mobile world coming up.
I think the biggest challenge in design is usability. And it just, a really good designer knows how to make something that looks great and is very usable. And not just meaning from a digital world, I could mean the usability of a print piece or a door, you know, the usability of a door. But I think it's usability. Oftentimes we get caught up with how pretty something is and don't think about the functionality.
The biggest challenge in marketing, I guess, is communicating with design, and the biggest challenge in design is communicating with the marketing people. It's like, I don't think we all talk. We don't speak the same language. I mean, the firms I've worked in, you know, everybody's got their own agendas and everybody's got their own, you know, thing to do, and like, but no one really talks and sits down at the same table and like just hammers out a great project all the time. I mean, it's a tough thing to do, and everybody's got their egos, and you know, it's tough. But I think that's it. I think if, you know, we talk about communication, I think internally, if design and marketing want to communicate, I think we'll have better projects and better outcomes.
I am challenged in design, so it's hard for me to put that in without understanding that. But I think it's the same type of thing as marketing, is design that speaks to the target.
Sticking to the target. Sticking to the target and making sure that it's the same premise. Make sure that you're designing from the back end, from the user's point of view, and what they need to have done.
Cost versus really good design. I think we have tried to commoditize design the way we have in some extent to buying media, and you cannot commoditize great design. So if you're trying to replace great design with inexpensive design, good luck.
In design, it's the do-it-yourself craze. Things like Adobe Captivate makes very simple lay people possible, you know, programmers being able to develop fairly simplistic but effective communications that will limit the opportunity for agencies and custom shops like mine to be able to go in and do that work for them.
The biggest challenge in design is trying to demonstrate your return on investment. I'm a huge fan of design. I have a design background. I continue to design. We sell design services. But I see a commoditization of design with the advent of things like iStockPhoto.com.
Do you know now that you can go on a thing called Logo Care, www.logocare.com, and for $259, you can get unlimited logos sent to your house. You go to a design firm, a week later, they'll be putting the butterfly over the letter T, and eventually you'll get around to having a logo. So the designers, they have to get with it, man. It's a logo.
You also see things like crowdsourcing and sites like Elance, where a client will come on and say, hey, I need a logo, I have $250, you know, get it submitted by Thursday, and I'll pick the one I like, and then if I like yours, you'll get paid. I think those are the problems for designers. I'm not sure what they're going to do about it, what we're going to do about it, but it's a problem.